Hello everybody, and welcome to another thrilling episode of This Week in Real Estate. And I'm sure you're just waiting with bated breath because I missed last week. Had a lot of stuff going on, couldn't quite fit it in. I apologize, but now we're doing the last 2 weeks in real estate. So the market report, so a little bit of movement. Delaware County has seen an uptick in active listings, so they're up to 94, and then active, and then 159 pending listings. Not quite the same activity in Randolph County. We're actually back into the teens as far as the availability of homes for sale. So we are back down to 18 homes in the county for sale, and pending's about the same, 38 pending listings for sale. So more of the same story as you've heard me preach the last year and a half, 2 years. On to the good, the bad, and the ugly. So a lot of good things over the last 2 weeks. A lot of closings, a lot of appointments, specifically. So closed a house in Muncie, closed the house on Main Street in Farmland, closed a house in Winchester as well. And then, like I said, lots of just showings, and that can run the gamut of, people looking for their first home, people looking for a retirement home. Been dealing with a lot of investors lately as well, and so that's kind of what I enjoy about this job, if you will, is that I'll be in a $500,000 listing in the morning, and then kind of tromping through some less than desirable properties, maybe for an investor looking to flip or whatever. So a lot of variety, so it is fun. And then we actually ended up closed out an auction yesterday evening, and so that was a personal property auction for a home sale. The home had sold last week, and we took care of the personal property as the owners went out of state, and so that wrapped up last night, and then the pickup will be tomorrow. So that was fun to watch. I was actually watching that in the dugout as I was keeping book for one of Abrams' games. And then had quite a few kind of broker price opinions. I know you've probably heard me mention kind of what those are before, but what I'm finding here as of late is a lot of estates, or a lot of like planning for that. I've been seeing a lot of kind of work from that, and some people have passed away, and so that's the estate. Some people are getting moved into a nursing home, and so that's just a little bit different as the process goes. But and that's one of the reasons. Basically, I got this designation, sorry, a lot of glare, the senior real estate specialist designation, just because I've seen an uptick in that and that need. And so yeah, I've been doing a lot of that work. So, and then personal side of things, we did have opening day for all the kids' baseball and softball on Saturday. It kind of rained all the way up until Saturday, but we were able to get the entire day in with a delayed schedule. It was kind of chilly, but as in the Midwest, it was chilly on Saturday, and it was 89 degrees yesterday. So you just kind of wait, and it'll change. So. And then also had a good meeting with a couple of veterans. So the Historic Farmland USA board we put in the Veterans Park last fall, and we're continuing to do improvements and upgrades to that. And so I had a meeting with a couple local veterans, and so that was a good meeting, and threw out some ideas on how to better improve that park. So those will come to fruition here a little bit later this year. So that's fun. On to the bad. So nothing terrible, and I'm sure anybody out there can agree with me. I guess the bad part of anything in real estate at this point is the availability of contractors, and that kind of runs the gamut as far as me personally having trouble finding for clients, people that can trash out a house, so it's just full of trash. Maybe a renter or something kind of destroyed it, and we need all that stuff taken out. To the more specific type things, electrical, plumbing, HVAC, things like that. So everybody's really busy these days, and sometimes it takes a little bit longer to get them out to a project or a repair, and so I guess that's bad. But I will plug you know, we're getting ready for graduation. I know colleges, for the most part, have graduated this semester, but high schoolers are getting ready to graduate. And so I will plug that consider a trade. If college isn't just for you, which is totally fine, consider a trade, because it is in high demand, and the people in the trade are growing older. The boomers are getting out of the business, and there hasn't been enough people to funnel into that business, and that's where we find ourselves today. And another positive for those going into the trade is that you're probably going to make more money than a lot of the college graduates right out of the box. So just consider that, and if anybody wants to talk about that, I can get you hooked up with some local tradespeople, and they can give you their firsthand opinion and knowledge of stuff. So just think about it, I guess. On to the ugly. So I'll go back to part of the good. Part of the ugly is sometimes dealing with estates, and you know, mom or dad or grandpa going into a nursing home, and some of the decisions that need to be made. Not all families get along, I understand that. And so if I can say some, you know, I haven't witnessed firsthand, but I've heard some ugly stories in these appointments where I go out and try to give opinion of value of things for an estate or for a nursing home and Medicaid purposes. So just, you know, if I could just plug something, you know, get a plan before you need it, write it down and let everybody know what it is. So moving on. So coming up, so a lot of activity coming up. So have a listing. I'm actually going to, pictures are today. I'll be doing some site work today, and that will go active tomorrow. That'll be in Muncie. Also tomorrow is kind of a piggyback closing, if you will. So it's kind of like a back-to-back closing on a couple properties, and excited to get that wrapped up for everybody. And then also have somebody coming in today, this afternoon, to kind of sit down and talk about becoming an agent, possibly, just asking questions. And she'll be kind of shadowing me on a couple of appointments this afternoon. Again, another broker's price opinion for someone in an estate situation, and then on to that listing. And so that'll be fun. And then we also have our annual bowling event, I guess. It's our local real estate board that puts that on. So it's just a time, an evening to get together with our colleagues, have a little fun, have some raffles, raise some money for charity, things like that. So that'll be tonight. So I'm looking forward to that. I can't say I'm the best bowler whatsoever. I go basically one time a year, maybe two, but it'll be fun. And then with the turn of weather, I hope to get in the garden sometime this week. And the last time I cut the yard, we could have baled it. It was so long coming, considering I couldn't get in. It was so wet. So that's kind of what's been going on the last 2 weeks. I appreciate you kind of you know, taking a peek at this video. And if as always, if you have any questions or any comments or anything you want me to talk about, please put them below, and I will read those, and I will react accordingly, if you will. So once again, I appreciate all you out there taking a look at these videos, and until next time, I will see you.